Hamalam TV here. I am so excited. Today we are going to be interviewing a fabulous, fantastic designer. Everybody welcome Shawn Denise. Hello, Shawn.
Hi.
Shawn, this is such a great thing. I love your designs. Your designs are wonderful, colorful.
Thank
They
you.
are so flattering to every body type, every type of design. So I'm really excited to do this, and I thank you so much for doing this. And so when I posted that I was going to
Thank
be
you so much for having me.
when I posted that I was interviewing you, my social media went wild. So I have a bunch of questions from viewers as well. So so let's get started with, please tell us about yourself. Tell us about who Shawn Denise is.
Okay. Well, I'm a divorced mother of 3. I am a graduate of Tennessee State University. My degree is actually in the opposite of what I'm doing. It's in agriculture sciences.
Oh, okay.
And so I have a really long, lengthy background in agriculture. For about 15 years, that's where I worked in agriculture. But I've been doing a fashion designer for the last 8 years.
Okay.
So that's pretty much who I am. I love designing. I love all areas of designing, not just fashion, but interior design, architect. You know, all of that is where I get my inspiration from. So, and then colors. I love colors. I'm not a painter, even though I want to be, but I do use my design technique kind of like a painter would. I like to kind of paint people. And that's the essence of my brand, Paint by Shawn Denise. So I love music as well. That's my music fashion. So I love music. But fashion is definitely my passion. It's something that I really, really love.
Wonderful. And you know, everyone that watches Hamalam TV knows that we love color here. That's why I was just like, yes, I'm so excited to get you on my channel. So let us know tell us about Paint by Shawn Denise, because you do have several lines, but we're going to focus on Paint by Shawn Denise. We're going to start with that one because that's the most colorful.
Yes. Paint by Shawn Denise, that is my baby. That is the first collection that I did put out. And it is for plus size women, sizes 12 through 34, but I can do extended sizes through custom ordering. Okay. The idea behind it was I was looking for a name because I knew I wanted to do fashion. There wasn't a lot of, everything was very traditional looking, or what we say a grandma type of clothing for my size. And growing up, that was a problem too, because I couldn't find anything. There were very, very few brands. So one day I was sitting on my couch. I said, you know what? I'm not going to retire from my job and open a clothing boutique. Why don't I just go ahead and get started now instead of waiting till, retirement, which was 30 years away. So the idea was for women to feel like almost like their body is a canvas. And if their body is a canvas, then the clothes need to look like it's painted on them. So then if it's painted on them, I need to have these variety of colors that they can paint their bodies with. So I came up with the 6 primary colors, basically. They're distinct primary colors. And I said, these are the colors that I'm going to use to paint women. And so that's pretty much how I'm wearing blue today. Okay. And that's how I come up with the concept of each collection, is to make sure that it looks like it's painted, that it looks like it's art. And so that's how I pretty much design, with that in mind, that the collection needs to look like it's art. The collection needs to look cohesive. And it needs to be sexy and fun and, just flirtatious. And so that's the essence of my brand.
Is that why you call the people that get the clothes, you call them painters? Is that why?
Correct. That is why, because every time you buy a garment, you're pretty much painting yourself. You're a painter. And so, and you can pretty much, everything is versatile. I'm wearing this set I have on today, and this is the first time I've paired these 2 pieces. When we did the photo shoot, we did it a different styling. And so I'm realizing, especially now as I'm going on, like everything matches everything. And so even a spring item matches a fall item and vice versa. So I love that about my brand, is that you're really building a wardrobe. You're really building like a set, I won't say paintbrushes, but like you're building up a whole catalog of paint. And so you can paint yourself. So that is what I call my clients. I call them painters.
I love it. And so you are celebrating 8 years. Yay, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so you are actually doing a giveaway to celebrate the 8th anniversary. So if you wouldn't mind just telling our viewers a little bit about the giveaway and how they can enter.
So the giveaway, basically, I wanted to celebrate 8 years. I wanted to celebrate the increased amount of followers that I have on social media. So basically, you can find 6 primary colors. It could be food, it could be clothing, it can be a car, it can be anything. And in that video, you're going to display yourself with the 6 primary colors, pretty much almost like, the challenges that we do now. And so once you do that, the most creative video, the top 5 creative videos are the ones that receive the prize. And with the grand prize being a $200 gift certificate to Paint by Shawn Denise. And you can purchase anything from past lines to the new line that I'll be having coming out April 16th, the spring collection. And so you can put your video on Instagram or Facebook. Make sure you use the hashtag, which I'll have all of that, all the rules and everything up this upcoming week. And so I will select the winner after March the 31st. So you have a whole month to try to get together your ideas, be as creative as possible, and put that video on social media. Make sure you tag me, make sure you're following me so that I can see the video, and I will definitely pick 5 lucky winners.
All right. And then just to clarify, just for everyone, the primary colors, the primary colors that you want.
Yes.
And also just the length of the video. Does it have to be a certain length, or could it be an hour-long opus to how awesome your clothing is?
We'll try to keep the video to within 30 to 60 seconds, so up to a minute.
Okay.
The primary colors, if you see my logo, you can see the colors. They're all in my logo. That's on my Instagram page, Paint by Shawn Denise. But it's blue, purple, yellow, orange, red, and green. So any of those shades, I won't be, like that's the wrong shade of green. I'm not like that. As long as it's a shade of those colors, you're perfectly fine. If it's lavender instead of, a royal purple, I'm okay with that. But as long as you use those 6 colors in the video, you'll be fine. And again, be as creative as possible. You can go from wearing blue to eating grapes to eating strawberries and standing next to a yellow car if you want. Just creative as possible.
That sounds so exciting. And so you have until the end of this month to go ahead and enter. And the grand prize is $200, you guys. So I'll have all of the information in the link below. And of course, you can also go to Shawn's social media. And I'm going to have it below, but if you wouldn't mind just shouting it out for the people that are watching the video
Sure.
right now.
Sure. My Instagram is Paint by Shawn Denise, and Shawn is SHAWN. And it's all one word, Paint by Shawn Denise.
All right, fantastic. And now you mentioned that you have multiple fashion brands or lines. So please, if you wouldn't mind, I know that we're focusing on Paint by Shawn Denise, but if you wouldn't mind just letting us know the other ones that you have as well.
Sure. When I started, I knew that my fashion idol is Ralph Lauren. Studying him and just seeing everything that he has done, I knew I wanted a true fashion house. So I already named all of my pretty much brands under that fashion house. Paint by Shawn Denise being my baby for women, and then MST by Shawn Denise, which MST stands for Man Size Tailoring. So MST is a big or tall men's brand. I don't want to focus just on tall men that are big. I want to focus on the full size range or height range of men. So big or tall men, which I'm hoping to have come out very, very soon. And it's kind of the opposite a little bit of Paint by Shawn Denise. It's not as colorful, but I definitely wanted to make sure we have colors that are represented that you normally would not see in big and tall fashion. I wanted to make sure that it was dapper. Also like the street style wear. So we're mixing both of those worlds together. And I have a creative director that's helping me on it. And we've been working for quite some time to put that out there. And so basically right now I'm looking for a seamstress, if anybody knows anybody. It's coming very soon. I also have Painted Kids, which is just as colorful as Paint by Shawn Denise. I have two daughters, a 10-year-old who's also a twin, just twin brother. So both of them are 10. And I have a younger daughter that's 9. And she is my little fashionista designer. She already sews. She's already sketching. That's pretty much her baby that I named, that I'm giving to her. And so she is beyond eager to go ahead and put out her first collection. I'm going to let her do it. I've calmed down a little bit, but I'm going to let her do it. And it's called Painted Kids. Aww. And it's just as colorful and friendly and everything you like about kids, bears, unicorns, all of that kind of stuff. So she's, I always say to people, she's a way better designer than me because she has that ability to just see things that I normally would not see. I like to use shapes to inspire me. And she's just, I mean, the things that she now decorates and styles clothes for her Barbies. Okay. And they do photo shoots, my daughters. Oh, I love it. And when I see the things that they come up with, I'm just like, how did you come up with those shapes and that design? And, you know, her imagination is just everything. So I'm so excited for people to see, you know, her designs through Painted Kids. And it's going to be all of her work. I will have very little input, you know, just on the, you know, aesthetics and how we'll put it out, but very little input on the design part. It's all her. And so I'm very, very proud of her.
That is, I mean, that's awesome. First of all, just to see that first of all, the creativity runs in the family, but then also the, you know, kids wear designed by kids. I mean, you know, that means that she knows what her generation wants to wear. You know, I deal with that as an aunt. You know, I look and sometimes my niece is like, Auntie, nah. So.
Yeah, kids definitely know what they want, and she has her own style. Even we go to the store and I have on sweatpants because I'm like, I'm just running in, running out. No, little girl is her Michael Kors purse, her leggings, and it's tied and it's styled. I'm like, you're 9, so I can only imagine what you'll be at 18 when it comes to the styling part, because when you have an eye for it at her age, I didn't have that eye at her age. So when you have an eye for it at that age, it's just like, I just want to make sure that she keeps growing and developing. And, you know, 9 years from now, when she's 18, when she's legally, you know, grown, I would love to see, you know, just how much growth she has experienced during those 9 years. So I'm very, very proud of her. I'm proud of all of my kids, but I'm very proud of that she wants to be like mommy.
Oh, that is fantastic. And I can't wait because, you know, New York Fashion Week is next week. So I know a couple of years from now, we'll be watching her designs. I can see it. Hearing the passion that she has for it. I mean, you heard and saw it here first, Hamel MTV viewers. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to claim New York Fashion Week, definitely.
And now, you know, we kind of went into this, but what do you love about being a fashion designer? You already kind of touched on it, but that was one of the most popular questions that I got from my viewers was, what do you love about being a fashion designer?
I love that there is no restraints in being myself. I worked in agriculture again for like 15 years, and I always felt like my growth depended on who was in front of me. Who was the supervisor, who was, you know, the boss, who was, you know, the president. My growth always depended on that. But being a fashion designer, I grow at my own pace. The sky is the limit on the types of things that I can do. So that restraint alone is not there. And because that restraint is not there, I can pretty much do kind of what I want. As far as design wise, I can be as colorful as I want. I can be as sexy as I want without having someone tell me, hey, tone this down, or hey, you don't want to seem like you're better than this person. It's just free range to just be free and be myself. I think for me, that is what I like, and just to be as creative as I can be, without having to worry like, I hope nobody thinks I'm trying to outshine them. I hope, all of these negative things, I don't have to worry about any of that. So that is what I love the most, switching from corporate America to being an entrepreneur. It's just the best feeling in the world when you kind of call your own shots.
Indeed. And how would you define your personal style, and how does that kind of influence the designs that you make? Because I know that you're Atlanta based, and Atlanta is one of my favorite places, and a style capital of its own. So how does that influence the designs that you have?
I'm definitely influenced. I'm an Atlanta native, Decatur to be exact. Decatur where it's greater. I think that I'm very chic, and I feel like that I'm kind of a Southern chic, if that makes sense. The South has its own style. I think people like to say Southern Belle, but it is a style to be a Southern Belle, to be classy, to be elegant. And I think I mixed the Southern chic with street style, which is the other side of me. Because again, I like to wear sweatpants too, but I like to be a little bit jazzy. Like I'll do sweatpants and heels, kind of thing. So I try to mix both worlds together. And I always say that I have 3 personalities. There's the Afrocentric person, there's the street style, and then there's definitely the chic. And so I'm all 3 of those people. And when you see the collections, when I do them, I will take one of the prints, and sometimes it's the African print, sometimes it's not, but I'll take one of those prints, and then I look at the colors in it, and it's always colorful. And that is how I build my collection. And so you'll see all of those elements in every collection I do. You'll see joggers with heels. You'll see the nice print style, like a dress. And then you'll see the urban chic, which you'll see short skirts and crop tops like I'm wearing, of course, with heels, 4-inch heels. So everything has heels. You can wear flats with my stuff. I try to style it too, because I know everybody is definitely not like me. Everybody does not want to be in heels. I say, about to say 24/7, but I'll say 22/6 something. Everybody does not want to wear heels. So I definitely try to keep that in mind, that making sure the pieces are versatile too, that you can wear heels, you can wear flats, you can wear sneakers, you can wear any shoe that you want to wear. Style it how you want. That's the whole essence again of being a painter. You're going to style it how you want, and you'll paint yourself.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And now another question that I just popped up was, now there's such a variety with what's considered plus size. Are there any particular cuts or styles that you use for particular body types? And the reason why that was the second most popular, because you kind of touched on it in the beginning, where, plus size design, I mean, the most general design is, okay, let's just throw something big and shapeless. And, people have different styles and cuts. And so they would just, when people saw your designs, they were like, yes, I want to look cute. I want to have something that reflects me, So what are there any particular cuts or styles that you use or that you like? I mean, I'm loving the crop top, by the way. I love what you're wearing.
So thank you. mainly when I'm designing, I think about, because I've been at different sizes. Like right now, I'm at my heaviest, which is nothing wrong with that. But I've also been almost 60 pounds smaller. So I keep that in mind of how I feel at my heaviest and how I felt at my lightest and how I will feel even lighter. I keep that in mind when I'm designing. There's certain way that the body is when you're at your heaviest or lightest, but the way the body is made in general. So I like to say, I like to either accentuate the rolls on the body, back rolls, front rolls, or I like to design where if you're a little bit insecure about it, it covers them. So there's a certain way that I'll cut something or I'll make a shape of something that you'll, whether you're pear shape, hourglass, whatever, you still get a certain silhouette of sexiness. And so I try to do high-waisted skirts, high-waisted pants, because sometimes that covers the back row that people are, insecure about, or may cover a front row that people are insecure about. And not just saying that, I normally don't say that this is why I do that, but when people try it on, I see how it makes them feel. So I know why, but that is the essence, because there are certain things on our body that we won't say out loud, hey, I'm insecure about this, or I'm not too comfortable with this. But I do know, and I pay attention to women, and I pay attention to all my customers and painters, and I make sure that I'm designing something that, even though I want to go over the top and do what I want to do, I make sure that I keep that in mind, that, this is for this type of person, not more so body type, but person, because we get into the body types is one thing that's pretty much covered, but I want to make sure that I'm designing for a certain type of person in general. Somebody that really loves sexy and can be daring. Somebody that's really like, simple, simplicity of style. Those are the types of, it's more so of a mindset that I design for rather than body types, because the body type is going to be covered, because I've been all of them. I've been all of them, pregnant too. So I understand that, but the mindset, trying to take people out of their comfort zone as well. So all of that I keep in mind, just not body types and how this will look. Because even when I'm designing a spandex skirt, I want to make sure that that silhouette is going to fit on an array of body types. But also when I'm designing it, who is going to wear this silhouette? Is it going to be the person that wants to keep it simple? And how do they keep it simple with this skirt? The styling goes into all that too. It's a lot of things that I think about when I'm designing, but it's more so the front of it is the mindset of the customer and why they would purchase this piece.
Okay, great. And then another question that I got was, what is it like being a plus size designer? And do you find that you have a lot of support in the industry?
The industry has definitely changed a whole lot from 8 years ago when I first started. It has grown a lot. I find my biggest support to be other designers. Other designers, I guess, because, we all get it. We all know what's, how this industry can be as far as just getting people to understand what we do. So I think now with the plus size industry, we're at a point where the education of what we do as designers is coming to the forefront. More people are asking, why does this cost this price and I can get this over here? And so that is the support that I would love to see within plus size industry. It's just the explanation of indie designers or designers period charge this certain price because this clothing is going to last you 5-10 years versus fast fashion, which you may wear it a couple of times and then it may be time to buy another one. So that is where I am as far as support of the industry. I think once that is established, we're going to see another shift in plus size. But so far, it has been very supportive. I'm very happy how everybody loves my brand. Everybody loves the colors. And so I'm very, very happy about that. But I'm also just pleased with my design sisters who, you know, I can go call, hey, I don't understand this, or hey, you know, can we vent about this? And so that support is like none other when somebody you can fully relate to what you're going through and what you're dealing with, not just so much the bad things, but the positive things too, and to cheer you on when, you know, you're published and say, look at, you know, my design sister, y'all, wish her luck. That type of support means everything, because you have someone that does the same thing you do and is genuinely happy with your success. So I'm very pleased with the direction of the plus size community, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes from here.
Wonderful. That really just warms my heart to hear the support. That is so great. And hopefully, Letitia, one of my former supporters, she's the one that sent in that question. Hopefully that answers the question. Nice. And then another question that I got was, what advice do you have for either a plus size model or designer who's trying to break into the industry?
I'll start with the designer, plus size designer. Be true to yourself. One thing I can say about the plus size industry, the indie designers, none of us are alike in what we put out. They may be a little similar, but everybody has their own style. So be true to yourself and understand that it takes time and it is a process, because 8 years in, I feel like I'm just now getting into the flow and becoming a little bit more recognized than I was 6 years ago. So it just takes time. It's definitely not an overnight sensation. I know one of the things I had to do was, and I really did this, when I see ads that talk about you're gonna make this amount of money if you sign on to do this workshop, or I made 6 figures doing this, and I had to block that stuff because it was really making me depressed, because I'm like, I've been doing this for so long and 6 months in, no, that doesn't happen. So understanding that, you know, even though it is wonderful for that person to achieve that amount of success in such a short time, it is also not realistic to expect the same path to be for you. So everybody has their own path. You'll have your own path. Your path may not be like mine. It may take you 8 months. It may take you 10 years. But as long as you're true to yourself and you're designing and you're being as creative as you can be, putting out those collections, putting out those new arrivals, or whatever you want to put out, stay true to yourself, stay humble, stay hungry, and just keep working and being consistent. And the same will be for modeling. I'm so proud that I think everybody pretty much, well, most people know her, Nzinga Imani. Mm-hmm. She's a plus size designer, and I'm not plus size model, excuse me. And I worked with her 4 years ago. And I told her this, I think earlier last year. I said, I'm so proud of you. Because when we first started, she had less than 100,000 followers. I mean, she didn't have many followers at all. And she just stayed consistent. And she posts every single week. And she was doing campaigns for me. I still remember the first campaign she did for me. She was proud she got paid. And I laughed. I'm like, yes, you're getting paid for this. But even now, seeing her work with Tiana Taylor twice, I think, it's Pretty Young Things, Fashion Nova, Fashion to Figure, all these bigger brands. I'm so proud of her. And the way that she did that, from starting I was very small at the time, smart with my very small brand up into what she does now is she was consistent. Mm-hmm. She never stopped working. She never stopped where I have to say that again. She never stopped working. Like every week, every day, she was posting something. She was putting herself out there. So in order to be a model, you really do have to stay consistent. Making sure that you have good lighting in your photography, making sure you practice. Modeling is hard. I did the anniversary photo shoot back in January, and my body was sore for about 36 hours. And I had modeled before, but nothing compared to what I did for that anniversary because we were climbing hills and stuff. I was completely sore. So don't get in the mindset because you can take good selfies that modeling, I'm a little goofy. Modeling is somehow easy. It's very hard. And work out because it will work you out. Mm-hmm. And make sure that, you know, you take it serious. If you take it serious and you do the work and you stay consistent, you'll pick up. I like working with underdogs. I still work with, you know, the models that I worked with 4 years ago, but I do like working with underdogs. I do like taking on that role of educating up and coming models because that was something that I will say was not gifted to me. I didn't have I had a couple of people, but not somebody say, I'm going to mentor you. This is what you need to do. So I do like taking on that role with my models, just being a mentor, just giving them a shot and making sure that they are paid in some form for the work that they do for me. That is very, very important to me because I've seen girls get taken advantage of. This industry is not, it can be very fun or it can, you know, it can make or break you. Yep. It can stress you out if you let it, if you have the wrong people in your corner or giving you bad advice. Everybody does not give good advice. So, you know, everybody gives advice.
Yep, definitely.
Everybody does not give advice that's going to pertain to you. So you have to be able to decipher what advice you're going to take and whom from. And so that's very crucial. Even what I'm saying right now to somebody listening, it may not apply to you. It may apply to you, but you just have to be careful in making sure you take advice, good sound advice that pertains to exactly what you're doing in order to get to the next level. So I do like taking on that role. I wouldn't say the big sister role, but I'm getting up there, so I might as well
mentor
take that on.
Mentor,
but that's
how about that? Mentor.
Yeah. But I don't mind because I know how it felt to take bad advice early on and having to fix and correct things to get where I am now. So I understand it. And so that is why I like working with the underdogs and just helping those girls out and just showing them, hey, you know, looking at film. That's another thing. When you go to a photo shoot and you take those pictures, look at your unedited pictures. Are you doing the same pose over and over again? Is there something, because that's crucial. If you are doing the same pose over and over again, you want to make sure that I wouldn't say none of them look alike, but that you're giving different looks on that film. It does matter that, you know, you don't want to every single pose. Yeah. You want to make sure that, you know, there's something different. Can you switch up your hair? Can you do this? All of that is going to make you stand out. Yeah. So yeah, I do coach. Like I said, you know, you did not walk very well at this particular fashion show, but I see potential in you and I know that you can be a good model. And she said, you know, thank you for pulling me to the side. Now she's getting all of these different brands looking for her. I think she worked with Savage Fenty not too long ago. So that's just who I am. If I see you passionate about it, I am going to pull you to the side. Hey, let's do this photo shoot. Let's take the pictures. Let's look at the film. Let's see where you can make improvements, and let's just keep going. So I'm very proud of the models that I work with. It is a joy to see them, you know, work with these bigger brands and everything, and say, I worked with you when, you know, you were starting out. So I love that. I love that. And to anybody that wants to be a model, you know, consistency, look at all your film and make improvements. Keep going.
All right. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And you know, you're working with an underdog. I appreciate it. You're giving me and I truly appreciate it. And I do want to kind of just circle back just a little bit, because the main thing, besides your fabulous, wonderful designs that I absolutely adore, I do want to just reconfirm to everybody that you're having a giveaway because you're celebrating 8 years. And so if you wouldn't mind just one more time for everybody, just giving everyone your social media, and then just hitting up the giveaway parameters one more time before we sign off.
Sure. So my social media on Instagram is PaintbyShawnDenise. Shawn is SHAWN. It is the same thing on Facebook, PaintbyShawnDenise. And we are having a giveaway. We are having a giveaway. The announcement, the official announcement will be coming this week. And basically it is a challenge. And in that challenge, you will have to wear the 6 primary colors: orange, green, blue, purple, red, and yellow. And you can eat something, you can wear something blue, you can stand next to a yellow car. I mean, the sky is the limit on what you do. Just make sure those 6 primary colors of any shade are in your video. The grand prize winner will be winning a $200 gift certificate for Paint by Shawn Denise that you can use on past collections or future collections. The choice is yours, but you will be painted. And then the other prize winners will get $125, $100, $75, and $50. So the grand prize is $200. We were going to end it in February, but I said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to end it March 31st.
March 31st.
So you have plenty of time to get your videos together. Make sure you are following me on Instagram. Make sure you have liked my Facebook page, and make sure you use the hashtag. We'll be revealing the hashtag very soon. So all of the rules will be posted to my Instagram page, Paint by Shawn Denise, Facebook page, Paint by Shawn Denise. And so you will have plenty of time to get your videos together. And I wish everybody the best of luck. I'm always available, well, between the hours of 10 and 10 to answer any question that you have about this contest or my brand in general. Just send me a Facebook message or email. I always respond. If I don't, I respond within 24 hours at least. So I always respond. I'm always available on, anything that you have about my brand. So I wish everybody the best of luck. And if you don't win, I still hope to have you painted one day.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Shawn. I truly appreciate your time. Once again, everyone, please go ahead and enter the competition. Follow Shawn on all of her social media and go ahead and become a painter. Bye.
Yes.
All right, everyone.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was truly an honor, and I truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you again.
All right, thank you.